Okay, so I want to talk about problem 3-51. They've given us this diagram, and they've given us another result. It's at 45 degrees, and then they've given us two components of that result, F1 and F2. The only thing they gave us was their angles. So the question is, find the magnitude of F1 and F2. One thing to note before you get started, notice that R is at, your result R is at 45 degrees. 45 degrees should clue you off that your horizontal and your vertical components are going to be identical in magnitude. So what I went ahead and did is found those values, although the same value. Your horizontal component of your resultant points left, and let's see. Let's see. I think I may have made a mistake. Let me think here for just a second. My resultant is x, so that's negative. Let's see. We need to make sure our signs are right. The resultant, since it's in second quadrant, that means our horizontal component. Means our horizontal component is going to be pointing left, and our vertical component, again, because we're in the second quadrant, will be up, so it's positive. So good thing I caught that. So that needs to be negative, which means when we put it in our table, that means this value is also negative. Okay. To complete our table, when I went back to our drawing, I used red ink to show the horizontal and vertical components of each one of these vectors for F1. F1's in quadrant 1, so its horizontal and vertical components are both going to be positive. F1 in the horizontal is just going to be F cosine of 60, and your Y would be F1 sine of 60. So I put those in my table. When I look at this second vector, F2, it's in third quadrant. So the horizontal and vertical components of F2 are both going to be negative. So your horizontal component of F2 is going to be negative F2 cosine of 30, and your Y component is also going to be negative F2 sine of 30. Okay, so at this point we have everything that we need. Remember, your result is just coming from the sum of your horizontals, and your vertical component is coming from this sum. So if we just write our equations out, we've got F1 cosine of 60. I'm just writing it from these columns right here. That should be a negative 212.1. And then my other equation is coming from the second column right here, where I've got F1 sine of 60 plus negative F2 sine of 30 equals 212. Now, this is two equations to unknowns. We can either use substitution or elimination. If you don't know these methods, then you need to go see the friendly folks in your local math tutoring lab. Being able to do algebra and statics is very important. So if you don't remember these techniques, make sure you see those folks. So after doing all the math, this is what your answers work out to be. They both work out to be 579 pounds.